Can we please bring back women with class? There has to be some shame in the game. Women just run around saying anything, doing anything, posting anything. Then y'all just be like, let people do what they want to do. When I was growing up, we couldn't do what we wanted to do. Everybody has say so on what we did. Our moms, our dads, our grannies, our aunties, uncles, principals, teachers, neighbors, people walking down the street. It didn't matter. And that is what kept us from acting the way the world acts today. Because we was embarrassed to make ourselves look stupid. We was too embarrassed to walk outside looking any kind of way. But y'all make everybody think everything is okay and everything is not okay. Can we please get back to class, morals, morality, respect? I am so tired of the ratchet culture. I'm tired.
Yeah, we all tired. And I'm glad somebody said it, because if you say something like that, you get attacked. Imagine walking down the street and you got Mr. and Miss Reuben Davis across the street and Mr. and Miss Madison and Miss Lockhart gonna go back and tell your grandparents that you out here cursing or out here with your pants sagging or whatever. You got to answer to Mr. and Miss Merchant. I remember, my God rest his soul, Mr. Merchant. That was my granddad, and he lived right behind my granddad at Ratchet.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what I had did, but he made me come in his house and set me down at his living room table, me and Anthony, and made me write, "I will be good," 200 times on a piece of paper, and I better not move.
Come on.
And I had to sit there in his living room at his living room table, 8:00 in the morning, and write, "I will be good," on 200 times.
Yeah.
And he didn't play no games. God rest his soul. I'll never forgive Mr. Merchant. I just really appreciate all the correction that I got. But that lady was absolutely right. I was speaking to some kids yesterday, and I want to give a shout out to comedian funny man Jermaine Johnson and the superintendent, Mr. Rod Richmond. Shout out to all of y'all and everybody at the Northeast Prep Academy in Memphis, Tennessee. I was able to go there and share with those students yesterday. It was absolutely awesome. And there's some great kids in that school. And I want to thank Pastor Keith Norman for coming out, sharing and praying over us, and the lady that made the chicken salad and all that. It was an absolutely great experience. And I've been speaking at juvenile facilities as well. And we just have to do better, y'all. They are trying to make it unpopular and embarrass us for correcting them. But then if we don't correct them, we have to live in a society with uncorrected behavior, if that's a word. People going out here doing what they want to do. We got to sit there and be embarrassed while you come through the airport dressed for bed and stuff, and I'm watching people look at you and or whatever. It just be embarrassing. And then on some of that stuff, if you did some of that stuff, it would be, you probably could get away with it, but the way you act and how loud you are, you draw attention to yourself. Guys, with the stuff, the pants sagging, and not even if you dress right, some of your attitude's bad, loud, and just like nobody's embarrassed no more. You can do anything and do whatever you want to do. And it's my grandmama just wouldn't have it. And I just love the way our generation and our grandmothers had some say-so. They had some say-so. A grandmother, they'll shut them down now. You'll get dragged on the internet for being trying to correct somebody. And it's funny. We live in a society where everything that's wrong is now right. And everything is right is now wrong. Now you get on the internet because you make something sound good and make it and put bells and whistles on it, they're going to go with it. But if you say something, or you say vote Kamala Harris, you get dragged on the internet and get called all kind of names or whatever. Now we suffer the consequences of that. Right now, you'll see when you go to buy some products in the next couple of weeks, you're going to see for yourself.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, I just hope and pray that our pastors and deacons and trustees and school teachers and principals and neighbors, everybody get back in a space where you can pull a child to the side and make a correction. Because don't come telling me what one of mine did, because I'm going to snatch them up all the way. I don't go against other adults, especially if I feel like that adult care about my child and my child has done something wrong. But every time somebody tell me, Miss Pearl walked in that door and said one of them was acting up in the car, whatever, it's immediately go stand in that corner And I be talk to you like a dog in your face and make you feel shame for acting because you do it, the fact that you know better, you know not to do it. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference between doing something to make a mistake and you doing something and you know better. When you know better, that's different. And so I just want to encourage all the parents out there that's got young kids and grandkids. If you like who you are as a person, give those kids what you had as opposed to what you didn't have. The problem is you're trying to give kids what you didn't have. Soft parents and gentle parents, and that don't work for everybody. Some of these kids, you got to literally get in their face, talk to them like they got to think you crazy. I'll never forget one time I walked in the kitchen and just threw up a stack of plates up in the air and turned around and walked away and just let them crash on the floor just to shock them. They was teenagers at the time. I want them to think that I'm crazy as hell. And I went in my room and closed my door. When I cracked my door, I heard them in there sweeping up that glass, and it was real quiet, and everybody was quiet for the rest of the week. Damn right, discipline and structure. I know that sounds crazy and extreme, but whatever. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do. You know what I'm saying? So continue. That lady was right. We want to bring class back. We even doing a class for those kids on etiquette class. We're going to feed them. We're going to put jackets on them. We're going to teach the boys how to tie ties, and we're going to teach table manners. Ain't nothing wrong with table manners. Ain't nothing wrong with being classy and elegant. You know what I'm saying? I can be hood when it's time to be hood, but boy, I can clean it up. I can go from playing spades and cracking jokes and watching my homeboys drink beer to sitting in front of the President of the United States, the Obamas at the White House. I can go from 0 to 10 or from 5 to 15 real quick. So y'all just keep all that in mind and stop shaming people that's trying to correct you and make you better. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.